Ash, Mufara, and Onpassive. Every night in our streams, we see you, we feel you. That is how we've come to know you. You go on. No, seriously, you won't stop talking the entire time. Far across the distance and spaces between us, you have come to show you. You go on. You go on, and you never really say anything. It's really bizarre. Yeah. Wherever you are, I believe that this launch will go on. Once more, will Ash close the door? You're all here in our heart as this launch just goes on and on. It's been 7 years! Hands can touch us one time, but the trauma lasts for a lifetime. But we won't let go till this is gone. In it to lose it. Ash is what you love to listen to, so we'll hold him to everything he's promised. So Ash, go on. He's been promising this launch since 2018. Near, far, wherever you are, we believe in our heart this launch will go on. It's been 4 years already. Once more, will Ash close the door?
Or quit again?
You're here in our hearts as Onpassive's launch just goes on and on. Come on, Ash. How long can you seriously keep lying to these people for? Just tell them that you're never going to launch this company. Just do it already. The compensation plan doesn't make sense. The AI doesn't make sense. Who's Al? Nothing makes sense here. Ash is here. That's all that we fear. And we know that this launch will just go on. We'll stay forever this way. The being able to log in, no founders, as this launch just goes on and on. Oh, yeah, on and on. Launch goes on and on and on and on. Ash hops on and on and on and on. Launch goes on and on and on and on. Launch goes on and on and on and on. Launch goes on and on and on and on. Onpassive, please me gone. The launch just goes on and on and on and on and on. Ash talks on and on and on and on. Launch goes on and on and on and on and on. On and on. Yeah. I uploaded that song 3 years ago, and somehow we're still here, waiting for the launch. The ship hasn't sank yet, but hold that thought.
Karma's a bitch. Queen of Karma.
Visualize this scenario.
I love the analogy of pruning.
We have reached the limit of what has happened to our trusting, caring, and loving CEO, Mr. Ash Mufara. Frenemies.
Pruning.
Hello, everyone, and how are you all doing today? I hope that you are all having a fantastic, amazing day. My greatest fear is that I will release a song that will actually go viral, and then I will be forced to go on tour or something, when that is honestly my worst fucking nightmare. But I hope you enjoyed my very bad rendition of The Heart Goes On by Celine Dion, who is a fellow Canadian, and we're still here. The ship hasn't sank yet, but it hasn't sailed yet either, as Violet points out. So that's where we're at. I thought I would come on today. I ended up having some dental surgery. Many of you know I'm going through all kinds of fun stuff with that right now. And I'm sorry, I thought I would be good to go and to do a Friday on Friday, but I wasn't. I wasn't ready. I was still in mass amounts of pain. I'm doing bad until about yesterday. So I am here today now to give you an update on the latest goings on with Onpassive, because I know you're just dying to find out. I'm glad to see all of you here. Mr. Level is here, and Joe, and Violet, and Mark. Good to see all of you. I'm glad that you could make it. At least it's shorter than that movie. That's true. It's a very long movie. I was forced to see it in theaters 5 times because I had a little sister that became obsessed with it and wanted to go see it in theaters over and over again. And my parents were like, well, I'm not doing it. So they paid me to go take my sister to the theater and babysit her through the movie 4 times after I had already gone and seen it in theaters. And I'll never forget that. That was a great time. Yes, yeah, I did. I did. I'm okay now. All good, but tired and same. I'm tired of the heat already. Hello, Salami. Good to see you. So in order for us to kind of cover what I would like to cover today, I just need to kind of refresh your memory on what's been going on in Onpassive in the back office. They've been doing some updates, and now I've already read this one to you, but again, I got to refresh your memory. So O News 2 was posted in their back office at the beginning of the month, July 7th, the weekend, whatever. And it was pruning for a stronger future. Transparency isn't just a principle, it's a promise. And as we move forward, it's more important than ever that we honor that promise with clarity and integrity. Every strong tree occasionally needs careful pruning, not as a setback or something negative, but as a vital part of continued healthy growth. In that spirit, we've recently chosen to part ways with a former public representative of the company, as new information has come to light regarding conduct that does not align with our values. This decision reflects our unwavering commitment to integrity and long-term success. We share this with you as part of our ongoing commitment to be transparent and to build something worthy of your trust and enthusiasm. The path ahead is clearer, they claim. The roots are stronger and the future is beginning to blossom. Stay tuned to O News for more updates coming soon. And that's why we were like, oh wow, it's called O News now. Hello, Alps. Good to see you. And Jelly Snack. Just the tact. So that was their update. And apparently the only part that Susie heard was pruning.
Hey, it's Susie McCrae. It's going to be short and sweet and to the point. I've been doing some thinking and I wanted to share it with you. Since I saw the O News 2, the pop up from Ash Mufara, I loved it. I loved the analogy of pruning. And unfortunately, Ash has had to do some pruning.
Like, it's so deep.
But I wanted to talk about things that have affected me in the pruning I've done. It really made me think. And if you're a gardener or if you're not, it doesn't matter. Pruning, most people know what pruning is. It's getting rid of maybe the old leaves, branches, clipping them away to give space for growth and
Like, thank you, Susie. She's like, most of you know what it is, but I'm going to explain it to you anyway.
blossoming. And isn't that wonderful? I recently did that. It wasn't from business people. It wasn't from my family or my core circle of friends. It was from some other people I had been spending time with. And I didn't feel good spending time with them. And I kept making the choice to spend time with them. And it was exhausting and it was draining me. They did not line up with my values. And I tried my best to fix it, and I couldn't.
This is just a part of life, though. Like people meet, they might become friends, you get to know them, and then they turn out to be a piece of shit, some of them. Some of them turn out to be great. I have friends I've been friends with for 20 years. But then there's also people who I've talked to for like 2 weeks and then been like, I don't think I ever want to talk to this person again. It's just kind of a part of life, isn't it?
And that's okay. And the only way I could fix it was fix it for myself. So I did the pruning and I separated from that. And I got to tell you, it feels fantastic. I did not realize how much that was pulling me down. And I wished I had done it sooner. But we all learn and grow every day. So the other words I was looking at besides pruning was integrity, blossoming, values, alignment.
These are all just buzzwords that MLMs use.
When any of that stuff is out of alignment, like your car is out of alignment, it's not a good ride. It doesn't feel good. It's got to be a lot smoother. And the way to make it smoother is to have integrity, to stay close to those values that you hold near and dear to your heart, whether in business or in your personal life. And if you stray from those, you have to be able to identify that you're straying from it and reel yourself back in, get back into integrity, and do the right thing. So those.
Oh, the irony. The irony of being caught up in a culty scam that takes all of your time and that tells you to ignore people that aren't a part of it, including your friends and family, while saying all this. Like, just the irony.
Those were all very important words. And I just wanted to share that with you. And I want to thank you, Ash, for putting those words up
Proprietary.
there. Because I think.
Write that down.
As we are here now, it's a great time for all of us to evaluate, where do we need to do some pruning in our lives? Where do we have to make healthier choices? Where do we have to stay in check with our integrity, with our values, so that we can blossom and grow? Because I got to tell you, the future looks very, very bright. Anyway, thanks for listening. Love you all. Mwah.
It's like, maybe start off by getting rid of the company that's telling you to prune people out of your life to get ready for this alleged launch that has been happening for 7 years now. Start there. That might be a good place to start, Susie. But I thought that was great fun. We don't hear from Susie. Susie doesn't upload, and I don't even think she had uploaded on her channel in like 3 years. It's been about 3 years since we've actually heard from Susie. she uploaded like a couple of her hula hoop videos for like Ash's birthday and stuff, but not a video like that at all. Not at all. In over 3 years. So it was interesting that that was the video she decided to come back with. And honestly, she's been uploading ever since. So hopefully this Friday, when we do Friday, because I don't have anything scheduled for the rest of this week that should mess it up, we'll have more Susie. Isn't that exciting? Susie is back. She smells a new scheme and is trying to climb onto the top of the pyramid. Pretty much, right? Like her channel was dormant. Well, the scam was dormant. Now they all think it's starting back up again. You pruning in the wrong place, woman. Why does Red feel the need to read Chat GPT all the time now? I don't know. It's hilarious, though, because their whole thing is that they're AI. And then they just use, like, everyone else's AI. Awful marketing. Like, I don't think it's good for their marketing, but, you know, they never listen to me. So, other than that, what's been going on? Oh, that's right. OTech Pros has been canceled. Well, not canceled, just put on hold. You know, like how Onpassive is in a standstill. They're in a standstill. I've been saying this for weeks. Apparently, they don't like it when I say they're in a standstill. You're going to see in a little bit. But they're in a standstill, just like their company, the OTech Pros. So you can see they posted this up and has like, we have Bob, Collins, Vincent, and Olive. Olive Fonta. So it's Oliver. Forgot the R. So it's Olive. I love that. And it says, as the winds shift, the OTech Pros are hitting pause on their bi-weekly webinars for now. A powerful comeback is on the horizon, so be inspired and stay connected. Hey, you, get inspired. That's just like, hey, you, cure your depression. I'm sure it works the same way. So there was that. And then they also did like this other announcement. Not really sure why. But it's like, attention, attention, attention. We would like to inform you that the Heroes webinar and OTech Pros are temporarily paused. Oh my God, it's both of them. It's both of them that's paused. So, OTech and the Heroes webinars are paused, just temporarily. They say, but don't worry. We're still staying connected through other platforms, and we'll definitely keep you updated when we're ready to go live again. Fire. Let's keep the fire burning. Heart. Love you all. The team. Like others like, the team. I'm like, what team? Like, there's a team now? Is the Heroes webinar people and the OTech Pros all one team together? I'm very confused on what that is all about, but that was their announcement. They're out here just knocking out all the competition by putting everything in a standstill. Canceling their webinars. And, you know, I guess now the only way to get updates is by watching Marty and Mike Ellis, which, oh God, isn't that an awful show? or Red Redford. So, you know, there's not the best things. Not the best things that are going on. That sucks. So we don't have any long, drawn-out webinars anymore that I'll have to react to. That's all I hear when they say that. I'm like, oh, good. So I don't have to sit there for these hour-long webinars where I'll just kissing Ash's ass the whole time. Oh, no. Whatever will I do? So I'll also let you know when they start the lives back up again, though. You know? I can't believe they are falling for this. I know. It's like, you would think the first few times. Don't forget that Onpassive started off as Go Founders and then branded as Onpassive. And then now it's rebranding as New Direction Company. That's what they're calling it. It doesn't have a name. The name is literally New Direction Company. They're just all referring to it as that. It's beautiful. I love it. Wow, Marty's carnivore diet sure paid off. It did. Must have. But of course, Tanya. Tanya had a lot to say about, everything going on as she normally does, doesn't she? Hello, DePolly. Good to see you. So she comes in, as always, in the Onpassive Nation group. Again, as always, it's usually that group.
After reading some comments on the post about pausing OTech Pro's webinars, and some emojis too,
It wouldn't be an MLM without thousands of emojis.
during these years, we have seen a lot of webinars and lives. Many people trying to share their experiences, hopes for the future, and so many other things. Those webinars and lives are the way to keep us together, to know each other, share our love for Ash and his vision, share our love for the people from all over the world, and help each other when we can.
Like, who have you helped? Like, come on, Tanya.
Have you ever thought how much of work is needed to regularly do these lives and webinars?
Here's the thing, not much. Not much for yours. Admittedly, not much for most of mine. The only time that I'm putting hours and hours of work in is if I'm doing a live deep dive on an MLM or a cult. Then I've put hours and hours and hours of work in. Otherwise, I could probably get, to set up my Friday streams, to make the slides and everything, I could probably get that done in 3 hours. Plan the whole show and get everything ready for it. And then I do the show, and that only lasts 2 or 3 hours. So that's not even a full-time job. For your webinars, though, you just pick a random topic. You don't do any research on it. We're lucky if you looked up something and have a definition or something, You just come on and talk. That's not work. Especially when you're just saying the same thing over and over and over and over again, You literally just turn on the camera, like Joe says, and then you start bullshitting. That's it. That's it. It's come on. It's not really that work. That's those content creators that are oh my God, guys, you'll never know what it's like to be a content creator. It's so, I record for an hour a day, and then I have to do some ad reads just to make my $50,000 every month. And people are shut up, Sandra. Shut up, Sandra. That's nothing. Just stop. Just completely out of touch over here, Tanya. Out of touch, Tanya.
How difficult it can become to find the right topics and be interesting and educational for those watching those videos.
Honestly, all of you MLMs do the exact same topics. You could just go and Google MLM live streams, and then there's 5 million topics for you right there. They're all the same. They're all the same. And educational. I can't wait for one of your videos to be educational. Just one,
Only those people that tried to do it really understand how difficult it can be.
I don't think she's one of those people.
We are in a process of waiting for Ash and more news from him about what is coming our way.
Isn't that what you're always doing? That's just what you're always doing. Isn't it?
Yes, we get some messages in our OES,
which was Onpassive ecosystem, but they're not calling it that anymore, Tanya. Now it's called O News.
but not enough real info to talk about.
Whose fault is that? They're like, we have nothing to talk about, so it's really hard for us to come up with things to talk about. Blame Ash for that. It's his fault that you got nothing going on in this thing. That's not the fault of the other O founders who are like, it's an easy job, what the hell? You know, like, what do you mean? What is she going on about, Violet? What is this? What is this? I don't know what this is. You think anybody would notice if they just play a recording of a 5 or 6 year old webinar? No, I actually don't think they would notice, because when myself and the recovering Hunbot used to react to the old webinars, and that was only like, 2 years ago? And we'd be reacting to one from like 2018, and they'd come in the chat and be like, oh my God, Ash live right now is so inspiring. And it's like, he's not live right now. This is old. You've already watched this. Like, and that's the funny thing about it, is it's like, they could just do that, really. You know? It doesn't have to be this much work. They're making the work for themselves. You know? Wait, she finally realized that there's no real info? Apparently. You know, since there's not enough real info to talk about. She said it.
Not enough to do those regular lives and webinars based only on those messages.
So maybe don't do them as often. It's like, if you don't have anything to say, just don't say shit, okay?
So some try to find other topics. Those following Red lately are aware of it, but it goes for every one of them.
Well, every one of what? The content creators for Onpassive? The only people that are making any money in this thing? Because that's what it is. I feel more pity for the people that are in this thing that don't have a YouTube channel, that have just been sitting around waiting for nothing with no money coming in, after they paid out $97 US to join this shit. That's who I feel sorry for. Not the people that are doing YouTube. They make more money than even I do, speaking out about scams. They're not the ones I'm like, oh God, life must be so hard for them. Like, they're taking in a few hundred to a few $1,000s every single month. So, like, what do you mean, dude? What do you mean?
But for some platforms, it might be a wise decision to temporarily pause the sessions until we get more and concrete info to talk about.
Watch them all pause them. Is she throwing shade at Red? Maybe a little bit.
OTech Pros and the Heroes webinars are the example for this.
Except those aren't the only lives that have quit. What about Roblin Live? What about the Julie and Michael show? What happened to that? You know what I mean? So it's kind of funny, too, that they're making such a big deal about these shows. When other shows have been canceled. Like, Marty and Chris just canceled their show together. And they hardly even talked about it. It's kind of a burn, I guess.
And maybe there will be others, too.
Already has been, as I pointed out.
Please do not take it as a lack of trust in Ash and what he is doing.
I don't think that's why they're taking it as that. I think that Pruning, back office, O News message that I read is more why they're wondering what the hell. You know?
On the contrary, it's just the way to stay focused on what is coming without distractions.
And what are you focusing on? when you say it's our way to stay focused, you just admitted that there's no real info even available, let alone to talk about. So what are we focusing on exactly? Like, if you say to me, Queen, just focus, what do I do? Do I just stare at the O News back office, just stare at it, waiting for something to come through? I mean, at least when you were doing the webinars, you were doing more than just sitting and focusing. Lord.
Some people might just need some time to dedicate to other important things in our lives, our family and friends, and so on. So please, if you see some people are not so often visiting groups or lives, posting or commenting, try to understand the right reason behind it.
It's like when you already come up for the defense. You know, like you're already coming out here like, hey guys, listen, this isn't happening because we're all losing trust in this thing. It's like, no one said that was why it was happening. But now that you've mentioned it.
The OES is always there to keep you updated. That is your most important place to visit.
So yeah, I guess you're just staring at the O News.
All the rest is just your choice.
Interesting. It's our choice now.
Some big changes are coming in many areas. Be prepared to accept them as they come your way.
It's like you paid into this thing. You're supposed to be a so-called founder. But you just got to accept it as it comes.
Good luck, everyone. Heart.
And then she posted it up with this change is coming image. Where I'm like, well, at least something's coming. Because we all know Tanya mustn't be. She is in a mood at all times. So, you know, she had to post about that, of course. She just had to. But as I said, that is not the only update that came out of the back office. There's actually two more. One of them from today, even. So let's take a look at O News 3, which came out on the 10th. Righting the ship. You deserve to know the truth. Despite what you may have heard, Onpassive was never shut down by any outside force. No agency closed our doors. Again, nobody said that they did. Although the SEC is trying to. I've definitely said that. Instead, we made a conscious internal decision to pause operations. Everything's paused right now, isn't it? So that we could confront a series of serious challenges head on. What are those? Like, other than the SEC case and the investigation by Dubai police into Onpassive in Dubai for money laundering and fraud, which is a criminal investigation. Other than that, what challenges do you have to face head on? Those are also both agencies that both forced them to shut their doors. The Dubai police and the UAE bank actually froze all their assets in Dubai. So I don't know. I don't know what this is about. We're just lying again, is what it is. We're just lying to save face. Some of those challenges were technical. Others were tied to personnel whose actions simply didn't align with our values. Scapegoat, Kamal is the scapegoat. There were even some people who committed criminal acts against us. Against you? Were they against you? Because the funny thing is, you seem to fail to realize, Ash Mufara and team, that I'm not a fucking idiot. The money was in your Onpassive account when it got frozen, Ash, which means that Muhammad Kamal didn't steal it from you, dumbass. It never left Onpassive's bank accounts. It's the Onpassive LLC bank account that is put on hold, not Muhammad Kamal. He may have had most of the access to those bank accounts, but you're trying to make it sound like Muhammad Kamal stole the money and then went and did criminal activity with it, or that there was the money laundering was done to you and you had no clue about it. Nothing was done to you, sir. You still had control of the money up until the UAE banks froze it. And then you went, oh shit, no, that wasn't mine. That was all his. And I really do hope that the Dubai police aren't as dumb as you and are smart like me and realize that. And know that there is no way that that man would have been moving money around in Onpassive LLC accounts without you knowing what's going on. So, like, there was nothing criminal done to you. And like I keep saying, I find it very hard to believe that this would have been able to happen with all this money in your bank accounts that have to do with your business. Because if the money was going into that account from them buying the O-Connect, they were buying the O-Connect off of you. They weren't buying it off of Muhammad Kamal. So it's like, there's no way that you wouldn't have known what was going on. And this wasn't a criminal act done against you. And he says, he will face the consequences of their actions. I guess we'll have to see, huh? As ugly as it got, we prevailed. When a course correction is needed, real leadership means taking the wheel, not pointing fingers, he says, after all he's done is point fingers. You could have said that if you didn't put the last few sentences in there. So we chose to pause, right the ship, and reset the sails. Ahoy, matey! Not out of weakness, but out of wisdom. We're on a ship. I'm on a boat. We've had the stamina and strength to weather the storms and are sailing into clear waters. Clear as mud. If you're reading this now, it means you're still with us. It never was, but sure. And that says a lot. It means you value truth. Is that what it means? Or it means I got manipulated into your cult of personality? That's probably more what it means. You believe in perseverance, and like us, you're here for the long haul. I mean, I guess at this point, yeah, you would have to be, already in it for at least 5 years. They stopped accepting people, right? Way back, a few years ago, 2022. So I don't think anyone's in it for the short haul if they're still in it, and they've been in it for a while. I will say that. The winds are shifting. Our direction is clear, and together we will sail forward toward the future we were always meant to reach. Stay tuned to O News. More updates are on the horizon. In partnership, and then the best part was it was never signed. It just ends with in partnership, comma, and then no name. It's kind of like the Dear There letter that they sent me that then said sincerely and then had no lawyer's name written there and wasn't signed by anyone. Mark says a real CEO would have spent time in Dubai and India to steer their own business, but Ash is so incompetent he has no clue how to steer his own ship. Exactly. He's an awful captain. Awful captain. So I found that quite enjoyable. And I was like, now we're on a boat. We're on a boat, you know? But then today, there came a brand new one. But before we get into that, I want to show you this video that Bill Musk and John White made because it's really funny. Or I have another reason. It's called Unmasking Frenemies, the true story of Mr. Ash Mufara. Now, if you're new, I'm sorry.
Reach the limit of what
I apologize to you. If you are new, then you maybe are not aware with Ash's history. I have covered Ash's history extensively, you know? And so Ash has been running pretty much the same scheme, just rebranding it over and over and over again since he was in GDI Fusion. He's been running cons since about the 90s. We can trace it back to. And GDI Fusion, he invented Ashmax and invented several different versions of this system that would basically bring you targeted traffic and make you a millionaire with MLMs. It's always been the same sort of thing, right? Except when he made Onpassive in 2018, he decided that that would be a great time to add in AI products. And now it would be AI that would be running this system that would make you loads of money and get you all these leads for your MLM. But he's been running this thing like it's the same thing as Ashmax. It's the same thing as the GDI Fusion. It keeps getting shut down. Ash was also a part of Amway. That's where he got his start. Ash was in Pay Diamond, which is a pyramid scheme that was shut down, along with several other scams. And on my channel, I have done a couple deep dives where we have gone through that entire history. For those that aren't new here, you should be more than familiar with Ash's history. And this should be very funny and interesting to you. You know? I'm good, Antonio. How are you? Always talking about Onpassive bad? Not always, but a lot of the time, yes. Don't worry, I talk about other scams and cults too. Tomorrow I'm doing a premiere on a fun coach. So don't miss that one. But yeah, allegedly, this is Ash's story.
we have reached the limit of what has happened to our trusting, caring, and loving CEO, Mr. Ash Mufara. With his generous heart and giving.
Okay, listen. I can't, like, how many descriptive words? Maybe that's what we should do. When I play this, maybe we should get a counter for just the words that they use to describe things. Because it's like constant and it's over. Like, we don't need all of this. We don't need what has happened to our trusting, caring, and loving CEO, Mr. Ash Mufara, with his generous heart and giving spirit. It's like you already said he was caring and loving. It's like, it's just too much for my brain.
Spirit, Mr. Mufara looked at everyone through rose-colored glasses.
Everybody.
He saw nothing negative and, as a result, surrounded himself with friends from all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
These friends were incredibly close, almost like brothers.
Now, the thing is that when people hear that, a lot of the people in this thing, they're not going to think of Muhammad Kamal and like whatever team he had and like Muhammad Nazal and you know, that's not who they're going to think of. Who are the people that they're going to think of when you say that Ash has two people that he's incredibly close to, like brothers? Most people are going to think of Marty DeGarmo and Chris Johnson. You know what I mean? That they're not going to think of that. So I feel like this video is also part of the problem
for what Tanya was talking about.
However, unbeknownst to Mr. Mufara, while many of these individuals were genuine friends, there were also those who disguised themselves as allies, but were in fact frenemies.
The evil frenemy coming to attack.
A frenemy is someone who outwardly appears supportive, but secretly undermines you. They may say, "Brother Ash, you can depend on me because I will always be there," while plotting against you.
Frenemies is such like a juvenile's thing to be discussing. I never thought that I would be 39 years old talking about scams on the internet and their frenemies,
Frenemies use charm to catch you in their web of deceit, often working against your best interests. Their intent is to mislead and take advantage of your friendship, causing others to label Mr. Mufara as a liar when he relies on the inaccurate information supplied to him by a trusted friend, only to discover later that this person was a frenemy. Such individuals have a dangerous nature, pretending to be a friend while collaborating behind your back to sabotage your efforts.
Yeah, guys, remember, Ash never ever lied about deadlines and never ever said things like, we have all 50 products done before he had ever hired a tech team. It was all because other people lied to him about when stuff would get done. And the thing about that, again, if you're new and you don't really know the whole history of the scam and everything going on with it, everything with that, is that that's a stupid thing to think. That makes no sense. It makes no sense because the only time that Ash was working with these people was between 2022 and then allegedly 2024, right? What about the several years before that, where Ash was telling people, oh, don't worry, guys, we're going to release a product in 2 weeks, when it was only Ash. It was only Ash doing webinars. No team, no tech people. We watched him bring people in as he was bringing them in, and he'd announce them to us and tell us that they were the best in the biz and that he had known them for decades. And so we could all trust him. And now he's saying this shit. But it's like, that would only explain a very small portion of the time that this scam has run. But the thing is, Ash thinks that everyone who is following this is of low intelligence. He thinks he can rewrite this history in terms of what goes on here and who he is. And you're not going to notice. Like, you're not going to realize the fact that the first few years he was doing this thing, there was no team. And he still promised you things were being done. Products were finished. He was about to release them. This thing was supposed to launch in 2019. Hell, it was supposed to launch in December of 2018. Excuse me. So, like, that's way before anyone was around working with him. That's long before Muhammad Kamal, long before Muhammad Nizal, long before Dr. Susan. Heck, it's when, like, Marina joined. And she's been long gone now. So, this is why I'm like, you should be insulted. If you are an O founder, you should be completely insulted right now that they're trying to rewrite this history like this. This is an insult to you. It's a big slap in the face. He's saying, yeah, even though you've gone on this journey with me and you've been present for all of this going on, I'm going to now tell you that what you experienced and what happened here is actually different. And I'm going to put the blame all on this other person who was only here for like a quarter of the time that this was going on for. And they think that you're all going to just go, okay, Mr. Ash, I believe you. I have no memory. I can't remember anything. I don't know what's going on here. I'm just like a little low IQ person who doesn't know how to do anything, and I need you to teach me how to make money on the internet. Don't be that person. Be the person that goes, excuse me, sir, what are you talking about? You said back in 2019 that you had this shit almost done. In 2020. Before you hired any of these people, you told me that there was 50 products that was about to drop. What happened then? Who are you going to blame that on? There's no one else but Ash. He's a big pussy baby back bitch that can't just stand here and go, I fucked this up. Instead, he goes, it was those people, and it was these people, and it was this. And he has the audacity to do that, and then right after go, I'm a good person because I don't point any fingers. Show this man that you're not stupid. He thinks that you're all stupid. He looks down on every single one of you in this thing. He's making a joke out of you. Why are you letting that happen? And Bill Must and John White, you should be telling them to fuck off. Go, don't blame me for this shit. Blame him. Don't let him do this to you. When this takes off, it's going to be never. Chris is still promising great imminent riches to all. Yes, today, Chris went on a big thing about how people online are getting cars. No, Chris, people in MLMs don't get cars. Maybe you should be watching our videos that explain that the people that are gifted cars in MLMs just get a lease in their name. They don't hit rank that next month. Guess what? The repo man comes. You're going to pick up your car, miss. You haven't paid. You think the company pays for it? No. They don't even want to pay for marketing. What are you talking about? So, yeah, he'll still do it. Great break. Great vacation, Hazel. Hi, Queen. Hello. For the past few years, Ash Mufara has been cheating around $800,000. People in India who are made to believe they are founders. Many of them have quit their jobs and are now living in illusions. Yes, I know. Today, they have been pushed to such a state that they don't even have food to eat and are being driven to the point of committing suicide. All because of Ash. Yep. Yep. It's awful. I was around when they said quit your job. I tried to be like, please don't listen to this man. We did everything we could. I'm sorry that we weren't louder. I guess blame my haters, okay, for trying to silence me. I'll just start doing that too. You know what? Go take it up with the people who try to silence me so that I can't reach you to warn you. You know, we try to do our best. I am sorry to hear that. I see the posts. People do send them to me. Chris thinks he gets prayer requests. He should see the emails we get. I'm not sure Ash really fucked anything up. That assumes it wasn't a scam from minute one. Well, see, the thing is that when it's initially an idea, it's not necessarily a scam, right? Depending on what that idea is. The idea of running a suite of products that you can purchase isn't inherently a scam. There are several different suites that do that. I mean, so I would argue even Microsoft does that, right? I mean, that's technically what Apple is. But again, it's not delivering any of these things, which you shouldn't be promising them if you can't deliver them. That's what makes it the scam, right? It is very sad, and we really do wish that it never happened to them. I think so too. I think Ash always wanted to just do some quick system to get the targeted traffic so that he could make a quick buck off of everyone. This one kind of took off, and he even admits it was out of his control a little bit, and he didn't realize how many people were going to join. And then it was like, well, now you have to scam everyone. In a way, it got away from him. And that's really sad to me. And that's why I'm like, that's why we exist as a community. I get messages all the time that are like, Queen, everyone knows not to join pyramid schemes. You're wasting your time. And I'm like, do they? Does everyone know? Because there's millions of people in the US alone. Every year, 19 million people join. So, just in the USA. So does everyone know? Apparently, not even in the USA. So no, sometimes the country looks down on other countries and thinks they're less than, but it's like, don't look down on countries like Africa because maybe they don't know. They don't have all the resources and etc. Or on a place like PNG because 19 million of you suckers in that country also sign up. People in Canada sign up all the time. I don't know. I don't have the statistic off the top of my head. It's been a little while since I looked at that one, but yeah. That's why we exist, to try to warn people, don't do this. We're trying to take them, make them illegal, like pyramid and Ponzi schemes. Having this loophole so that these scams can keep running only hurts the public, the consumer, you. Right? Like, unless you want to be Dubai and you want to have scams running rampant, and then when someone comes and steals your money, there's no one you can report it to, then we need people to speak out about these things. I tried very hard to change many people in India who are called founders. This company called Onpassive is cheating us. When I told people not to trust this company, some so-called leaders threatened to kill me and my family. So I have now stopped trying to change these idiots. They have all gone mad. If somebody has threatened to kill you and your family, then you need to contact your local authorities right away. I need you to call the police. And I need you to file a police report. And I need you to hand in that evidence and press charges on whoever told you that. And then when that's all said and done, send me the proof of it so that I can yell at them. I don't really think that many of the authorities are in on it because, like, the Dubai police had the accounts frozen. And they're investigating them for money laundering and fraud. But there's a lot of corruption in these areas, which again is also why we need to speak out about it. I wish there was a way that I could say to you, let's do step 1, 2, 3, and then that will end these scams and there'll be no more victims. Unfortunately, though, society has decided that as long as a pyramid scheme sells a product, it can run as something called a multi-level marketing company. And then that legitimizes it, even though it's the exact same thing. I didn't do that. We have to change the laws. You know? And trust me, a couple times a year we write in to all the legislators, ask them to change it. They do meetings. Try to get bills passed. All the states, all the provinces. But that's why this community exists, doing that. is to try to make a change and stop it from victims. Anything Onpassive is connected to bad people that will threaten to kill you. Have you ever heard of Organo Gold, the one that's actually connected to the cartel? Because, you know, it was pretty scary when I came across that one. They're all connected to bad people and bad things. We ended the MLM industry. The sex human trafficking industry would be cut in half. But I don't think anyone's ready for that conversation today, so...
In Mr. Moufaret's former company, friends he believed were as close as brothers were ultimately revealed to be frenemies determined to see him fail. This betrayal is the disheartening aspect of the situation that Mr. Moufaret has successfully overcome. He faced the painful reality that those he trusted and believed would always have his back were actually backstabbers, exhibiting the characteristics of a frenemy, a trouble.
Yeah, the actual people that do believe in this thing, though, aren't backstabbers. They would be the O founders that are still watching all of your videos that believe in this thing. Don't treat them badly. The least you can do is be nice to them.
Oxymoron that blends friendship and animosity. Trusting a frenemy is a mistake. There is nothing more insidious than someone pretending to be a friend while secretly being an enemy.
This guy acting like we weren't all alive in the 90s when the word frenemies was invented.
Look at how the former company was affected. Mr. Moufaret entrusted these individuals with critical information, thinking they were friends, when they were, in fact, frenemies. Fortunately, Mr. Moufaret had a safety net, as true friends rallied around him and helped lift him up in his time of need. If anyone else had been in Mr. Moufaret's position, they might have given up. However, the intestinal fortitude that characterizes Mr. Moufaret, alongside his genuine friends, allowed them to band together and start expelling the frenemies from their midst.
What a fucking sentence. Jesus Christ. Hold on. The intestinal fortitude. What is this? Oh shit, this is hilarious. That's so funny. The SEC case is on a standstill itself. They are mediating. They have until September 5th now. It got moved again. And there is a possibility of permanently closing Onpassive because they have allegedly reached a settlement. In order for them to reach a settlement, I feel like they would have to agree to shut down Onpassive, which is what I think is partially what's going on here. And then Ash is trying to cover it up. And he's trying to say it had nothing to do with the money laundering because he's scared of going to jail. You know, there's a lot going on, but nothing at the same time.
When you notice a name you once heard frequently.
Oh yeah, okay, sorry. However, the intestinal fortitude that characterizes Mr. Moufaret, what a way to put that. Ew, why is it gross? Why is it gross? The intestinal, I think it's because it's making me think of the intestines. And I'm like, that we don't need to hear about Mr. Moufaret's intestines, okay? I don't know. Alongside his genuine friends, allowed them to band together and start expelling the frenemies from their midst. Okay, now, the thing about this that's interesting is that almost implies that, like, the reason why these frenemies were found out was because, like, Ash got together with another group of people and then they, like, booted them out or something. In reality, it was an investigation, a criminal investigation that then kind of, like, opened up the can of worms and was like, we're going to freeze your accounts because we see money laundering going on. And for those that don't know, a lot of MLMs and pyramid schemes and Ponzi schemes are often used in places like Dubai to do money laundering so that they can actually use that money to buy weapons, use that money to do human trafficking, sell humans often is what they do with it. And so whenever you hear of an MLM and then money laundering and Dubai, These three things going together is always very scary no matter what. Immediately. Horrified. Oh my God, what is happening here? Should be the exact reaction you have. That should be your reaction. What the fuck? Yeah, exactly. But that investigation, which I believe started because of the employees in Dubai going to the authorities for not getting their wages, which then got the authorities to look into Onpassive. Again, this has nothing to do with Ash and his friends. And then they were like, okay, now we're going to get the UAE to freeze your assets, and we're doing a criminal investigation into this. And then Mohammed Kamal took off to Egypt. He's on the run right now from the Dubai police. He's on the run. Feds are looking for him. He's... And that's how they found it. I don't feel like Ash found out first, you know? So, if Ash and the SEC do come to a settlement that the SEC accepts, Ash would probably have to agree to shut down Onpassive and pay back the money to everybody. I don't see that happening, but we will have to see. As of right now, the case is not almost closed. If that settlement is reached, we will hopefully find out in September, although they could just keep moving it. I don't know. If not, then it still goes to court. They're still being sued for unregistered securities and fraud. That's still happening. And I've covered it extensively in videos and explained all about it.
Frequently disappearing from the conversation, it could be a sign that they were a frenemy. Mr. Mufara is pruning these toxic relationships.
Now everyone's in Onpassive is like watching all their friends. If they leave a room for a minute to use a bathroom, they're like, is this person a frenemy?
Just like one would remove dead branches from a tree. He is actively discarding all frenemies while embracing true friends, ensuring a healthy environment for all. Founders and affiliates must be vigilant regarding their associations. Frenemies have no good intentions and may try to sway you away from your genuine friendships with Mr. Mufara. Frenemies often engage in cross-recruiting and prey on vulnerable individuals with sob stories to gain support for themselves. It is vital to distance yourself from these toxic individuals. When frenemies are revealed, flee from them as one would escape a sinking ship, just like rats abandoning the Titanic. You do not want to be involved with those whose true intentions are insidious. Mr. Mufara is intentionally placing all genuine friends in this new direction for his company, ensuring that frenemies cannot infiltrate the circle. This strategy is by design, creating a safe and positive environment for everyone involved.
My favorite part about these videos is how the voice always does a complete change at some point. But like, what do you mean by he's intentionally placing his genuine friends? Like, there is no business structure. So like, it's not like a normal multi-level marketing scheme where they have like a chart in their back office and they're like placing people underneath them, moving people around. You can do that when you're in an MLM, usually in your back office with your team, right? So it's like, what do you mean he's placing the genuine friends in this? Like he isn't really placing, he's just kind of continuing on. Like all the same people he was. Yeah, move for A. They never say it right. Ash will give a 97 US credit for the buy-in for the 194 US for the new direction company, right? Watch. Mr. Mufara. Is Ash a cow now? Well, I'd consider him to be a scamming lol cow. I mean, he's pretty funny. So the new followers will be handpicked by the Lord. That's what it's making it sound like. And I'm like, not really. Like, sure, you can be like, yeah, I've taken out some people. That sounded really bad. Like I've removed people from the scam. But, like, everyone else is just kind of, like, still here, This is insane, it is. handcrafted downlines from the scraps left over, right? You're welcome, Stephen.
John, White, and Bill. Must the new direction.
Oh my god. The new tag, I love it. John, White, and Bill Must, the new direction. Oh man. Oh, what a trip. Your videos are always my favorite. My absolute favorite. That should bring us to Tanya again. From the Onpassive Nation. All right. Good old Onpassive Nation Facebook group. Again, Onpassive Nation is Marty DeGarmo, Mike Ellis, and Dan Street's team. I think Chris is on the team. I guess he's just not one of the main dudes, you know? Except, like, okay, hold on. Sorry. I recently asked Michael Williams, who was a close friend of Ash's, about what is happening in Onpassive. He told me just one thing on WhatsApp that all of you will be disappointed. Yes. Based on what we've all found out about it, it's going to be an alleged video conferencing app that is going to be, it does half of what OConnect could do. Doesn't have as many people that can like join it. Because remember with OConnect, it was 10,000 people that would be on screen able to join it together. That's not going to be a thing anymore. It's going to be very much less than that, and it's going to cost about $75 a month. But I'm not sure if that's changed. It might have changed, but it's not going to be anything that was promised. That I can assure you. Oh my, Rue comes in with 10 Queen of Karma memberships. So everyone thank Rue. Say thank you, Rue, for my membership. If you got one of those memberships, make sure you say thank you, Rue. Chris is under, oh yeah, Chris is under Peter. And I don't think Peter's in that. So Chris isn't on the team at all. That also explains why maybe they didn't want to stream together anymore, I guess. Yes, welcome new members. Please behave. I cannot see right now who all got a membership because I can't see it in the StreamYard. And I can't bring up the stream right now. But, yay! And Rue just gifted 5 more Queen of Karma memberships. Wow, Rue's rocking out today. Just in time for the next Tanya segment. Thank you, Rue. We love you. So, back to the Onpassive Nation group, which again, I guess Chris isn't on that team? Oh my god, that's kind of funny though. I thought he was. And I do not believe that Peter is on that same team, so eek. So yeah, that's Mike Ellis, Dan Street, Marty DeGarmo, and I'm going to assume that a lot of the other O-founders that we know are on that team. But I could be wrong now. I could be wrong. See, but this is the thing. Here's the crazy thing is that are there teams? We don't know. Again, there's no business model. There's no like pyramid structure. There's none of that. The back office doesn't do any of that stuff. So technically, like, they're only on teams because they say they're a team. And they all join a group together on like WhatsApp and on like Facebook. But other than that, there is nothing that says like this is their team, like within the company. So when I'm saying like the Onpassive Nation are these people, I just mean that they think that that is going to be their team. But in Onpassive, there are no teams. Hello, Sherry. Good to see you. So in that lovely group, the Facebook group, Tanya, of course, had to come in and do a little post.
Folks, I know that this group might not be so entertaining at the moment. Please understand the purpose of this group. Inform and help when it's needed.
I'm like, everyone needs to be informed all the time because no one knows what's going on.
It's about supporting Ash Mufara and his vision, the vision to help other people. At the moment, we don't have much info to share with others. We are waiting for Ash. So please bear with us. Keep an eye on your OES pop-up messages.
And then she posted up with, stay focused and never give up. So of course we were like, well, what the hell is she talking about? Why is Tanya in a bad mood now again? What the hell is going on here? Thank you, Mr. Level. You know, like, what's she flipping out about? And I think I found it, or Jelly Snack found it, I should say. I believe it was Jelly Snack. And there was this post that was posted up that says, hi, I have lost my username and the passport, I think they mean password, after I invested. Can someone help me how to get access to my account? And I was like, ooh, what happened here? What did we say? So, of course, Tanya comes in, as you see, admin group expert. Imagine being like, I am a group expert. Oh, really? Group expert of what? Of the Onpassive Nation on Facebook. The group expert of Onpassive. Like, what? What? Is Michael Williams still a leader or even still in it? As far as I'm aware, he's still in it. He doesn't show up as much, does he? Ash is trash. Won't give us any scratch. Invested. Oh, yes, right? Right. Queen, in your investigation, did Muhammad Kamal also cheat the founders? Like I said earlier, I don't believe that Muhammad Kamal personally cheated anybody. The money was still in the Onpassive account that Ash could have gotten access to. But the funds were held by the Bank of the UAE because of the Dubai police investigating for money laundering and fraud. Now, if Ash is saying that Muhammad Kamal did the money laundering, I don't know much information on that yet. Anything I do know, I cannot share. Is he in it to win it? Must be. Must be. But as you can see, Tanya had to come and respond. And I was always very excited to see how she speaks to everybody in these groups and answers their questions in such a helpful way. Like, it just really shows you how great of an admin and moderator she is. I mean, everyone wants a mod like her. Watch how helpful she is here. She comes in and says,
there are some things you need to explain better. First, what do you mean by when I invested? Invested what exactly? The initial $97? The most important thing, have you migrated to the OES? If you have migrated to the OES, your username is the email address you created. Second, be clear what exactly you lost. Your email address or your password. Third, and very important thing, do you have access to your email address used to create your founder's account? Without that email address, it will be very difficult to do anything.
As you can see, 15 people saw this. And we're like, that's a great response, Tanya. Good job. Like and heart and send you some care. And I'm like, why? That was an awful response. Hello, Muhammad. So Daniel, who's the original poster, comes in to say, I guess, answer her questions. I invested the initial $97. I have not migrated to the OES. What is OES? I attempt to log in on old Onpassive login page and it's not working. Yes, I have access to my email address. Tanya comes back and says,
I am sorry, but if you have not migrated to our OES, there is nothing you can do now.
which is like, that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem here, is that people paid in $97, and then if they weren't paying attention at every single moment, right, then they are just shit out of luck, I guess, you know? And it's like, that shouldn't be how this is.
The old O-Founders page is not active anymore. At this moment, Onpassive is put on hold, and we are moving to the new platform. When we are waiting for Ash to give us more information about it.
So now Onpassive is at a standstill, according to Tanya here. And then he says, so what has happened to my $97 investment? Like, what did you do with it? What do you mean it's on hold? And then that thing doesn't exist anymore. What did I pay this money for? You know? Big mistake. Imagine this scam has gone on so long that they had to engage to know what to do from the old OES and not their original email account. Exactly. And why aren't you sending people updates to their email like other scams do? Like, that would have been helpful, but that's what I mean. There's no direct communication. Like, if they aren't plugged in, like they keep saying, which means basically watching Marty and Red and all these people all day long, they'll miss stuff. You know? And that's totally unfair. It should be, like, you should technically be chasing these people down and going, hey, how come you haven't signed in yet? What's going on? You know? Project Frugal says, my mother is still waiting for the Onpassive payout. It's been years so far. 7 years. I'm really sorry to hear that. So, I guess if you want to know what happened to your $97 investment, according to the SEC, it was spent on karate classes, groceries, a lot of cryptocurrency, and Ash took his wife to the salon and spa on numerous occasions, along with other personal expenses. That's what happened to your $97 investment. You know? O-Coin is the best, most secure method of payment. So secure that you don't even get the payment. It's amazing. So yeah, sorry Daniel, but that's what happened. So Tanya, of course, has to come back and say,
You wasted it.
what a nice lady, eh? Like, she's just so kind, that Tanya. Aren't you so glad that they all use Tanya as their moderator in all of their channels? And as the admin in all their groups? She's just like, you wasted it. It's gone. Like, fuck you, Tanya. Like, fuck. She's such a bitch.
Not being involved regularly.
It's like, oh my god. Remember, when people first signed up for this thing, they were told that they would pay the $97, this thing was going to launch, and then they would just all of a sudden just start making money. So a lot of people would have signed up and then been like, all right, well, I did the thing. I logged into the Go Founders, now I just wait. So is it a little crazy to, like, 7 years later be like, hey, what happened with that? A little bit. But at the same time, like, this should not be the answer that Tanya's giving. And this should not be the way it goes. If you pay $97 for an investment, you should get something in return, right? That's just, you should. The end. That's it. But she's like,
You wasted it. Not being involved regularly. If you had migrated to OES, those $97 would have been in your wallet now.
Actually, it's only 95 O coin, as I keep pointing out, plus 10 O coin for joining the thing. But anyway.
And we are still waiting for the decision of the company what could be done with that kind of payment. But without migrating to OES, you just lost it.
And I'm like, wow. Wow. Jesus, Tanya.
By the way, OES means Onpassive Ecosystem. It's our back office. For now.
Like, even she's like, that might change soon. Everything might change here. It all might change. Basically, you have to waste your time in this thing every day trying to keep up with it. Otherwise, it's going to all change. Then you'll have no clue what's going on. Is there a wallet to have 97 in it? No. But if you did buy in with the $95 and then you joined the Onpassive OES and you did so by the refund date, if you remember, right before Ash released OConnect back in 2023 September, he gave everyone 95 O coin. It wasn't 97 O coin, by the way. It was 95 O coin as a refund because he's an idiot and couldn't even keep track of the fact that it was 97, not 95. And then everyone got 10 O coin for joining the Onpassive ecosystem. So like right now, I have 10 O coin in there. But again, this isn't $97 that you got in your wallet. It was 95 O coin. They say 1 O coin equals 1 USD, but nothing else says that. You know? There's no conversion for that, so it's useless. Ash's wallet, yeah, right? If I had $97, I would have invested in a solid dividend stocks and realistically expected $4 a year for life with minimal risk. Then I would have reinvested the dividends. Yep. Tanya is so confident. She really is. Past due founder renewals, right? Yeah, the current one still has the technical, like the O wallet. And Ash told people to put money in. But again, that was right when the merchant issues were starting. So I don't think anyone was able to put money into the wallet, you know, ever. Like in this new one at all. I don't think they were able to put them in the last ones either. But even with the merchant, I don't think, and even if there were people, it would have only really been the main ones like Chris and Marty, right? So yeah, it has like the O wallet. Which it's not even really a wallet. That's the thing. It's just like this thing in the back that says, you have this much money. It's kind of silly. I'll show you it in a minute. So then Daniel comes back and he's like, I wasn't aware of it. So there is no refund or anything, excuse me, or no way at all to access my account. And the thing is that technically, like, you would still owe him a refund, in my opinion. Because he didn't get the 95 O coin. So you should refund him his money, but unfortunately, that's not how this will work. When this thing launches, we should all pool our O coin and buy on OConnect. So Tanya comes back and says,
there is no more refund. You wasted too much time. The refund was there until the September 1st, 2023.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Then we got our OES, and those $97 was transferred to our wallet.
Again, no, 95 O coins was transferred to the wallet. Not $97, 95 O coin. Lord.
Plus additional 10 O coins bonus.
O coin is with a K, Tanya. Not a C. Hey, everyone, look. Tanya spelled O coins wrong. She spelled O coins wrong. I think that she shouldn't be a mod anymore. She's out here disrespecting Ash and the company by spelling O coins with a C instead of a K. How dare she? After she goes around and tells everyone that they'll be deleted if they don't put Onpassive in capital letters, she has the audacity to show up here and write O coins with a damn C? Oh, I am insulted, Tanya. You better go and find this comment that you wrote to Daniel and edit it out, or else I'm going to be reporting it to the group for you breaking the rules over and over and over again until it gets deleted or you edit it. Up to you.
But we were allowed to use it to buy O-Connect.
Oh, how nice that they gave you permission to use it to buy O-Connect. How nice of them. So, wonderful. Wonderful.
But for you, all this is not important anymore. You just didn't follow anything about Onpassive. As I said above, we are now waiting for the new platform. If you follow this group, you will be able to get new information about it in due time.
And I'm like, please don't take the bait. Please don't take the bait. Please don't take the bait.
I can see you join this group in 2020.
Tanya, you creep.
Too much time wasted.
You know, maybe. Or maybe you're the ones all wasting time. This guy went and got to live his life for 5 years. Well, you were all attached to your computer screen, so I don't know. I guess it's up to us to decide who the real winner is in this situation, isn't it? You know? Oh, Tanya, how could you? Exactly. Exactly. So Daniel says, it's easy for you guys to keep demeaning without fully knowing what one went through. I agree. Very insensitive lady, that Tanya. She doesn't care about anyone. She's rude. She's a complete bitch. That's why we pick on her. Because she deserves it, okay? She treats everybody like crap. And I am not trying to disappoint anyone here. All I am doing is trying to find out what happened as I lost connection for a while. Which, by the way, you don't know where this guy's from. For all you know, he could be from a war-torn-up country. He could have literally lost his internet for several years. You don't know. You have no clue who this man is. You have no clue where he comes from. No clue what he's been through. And when he's like, hey, you know, I had a lot going on, went through a whole bunch of shit, but I'm here now and I don't know what's happening. You're just rude to him. Like, it's like, wow. Your family, huh? This is your family? Your family. And then plot twist, we find out that this is actually the homeless person that Chris signed up or something. I'm just saying, you guys literally sign up homeless people. And then you expect them to stay plugged in. The audacity that you have to treat people so awful. All I'm doing is trying to find out what happened as I lost connection for a while. Anyway, thanks for all the clarity. Blessed day. And I really do hope that Daniel just cut his losses and then went on with his life and was like, fuck this scam and fuck that crazy Tanya lady. She's a bitch. That's what I hope. That's what I hope for Daniel. If he's in Marty's downline, he's definitely from a war-torn country. That's what I mean. So, like, you don't know what's going on there. There's been a lot of wars going on right now. But they never thought of that. They didn't care. Still don't, you know? It's awful. I hate it. I hate it. Daniel is way too nice to stay in this company. Agreed. Daniel deserves better than this. Maybe the cyber cafe opened up. Maybe. Seriously, though. Like, they literally found people that don't have access to the internet or computers to sign up. And then they're like, you haven't been paying attention for the last few years. It's like, you don't know this person's situation before you lose it on them. But if I was like looking to get into a company and I saw Tanya making comments like she does to people in these chats and in these groups, I would not join. I'd be like, I don't want to be talked to like that. Why do they let this crazy lady be so rude with everybody and never answer anybody's questions? You know? Thomas says plot twist. This guy was the Onpassive IT team. Like, that's what happened. It was all Daniel's fault. Onpassive using up massive data on phones everywhere. That's the thing. 100%. And that's why they were having a problem with the O-Connect. People were like, I can't use O-Connect. I'm on data, sir, on a cell phone. And it eats up all my data in like 2 seconds. It uses like a massive amount of RAM. What the fuck is going on with the memory on this thing? You know, it was nuts. It's nuts. Onpassive promised earning from doing nothing, Tanya. Exactly. But that's how all of these things are. They say, oh, it's a passive income. You don't have to do anything for it. Oh, but make sure that you come to our webinar at 8 a.m. and then our other webinar at 12 and our other webinar at 3. And then we're going to have a team meeting at 8 p.m. as well that you cannot miss. Please make sure that every single day you're writing 100 people about this. Make sure you're doing 5 personal posts. Please do include your family and post pictures of your minor daughter on the internet in all of those posts. And then also, please do 5 business posts every single day. But you don't have to do anything to make a cent here. It's like, what? That sounds like a lot of me having to do a lot of stuff. Yeah, and then you also have to sell the product. It's like, what? And do Facebook Lives every day, several times a day. It's like, whoa. That's a lot of work. Now you're giving me an 8-hour-a-day job. No, it's probably more than that because of all the webinars you have to attend. You're actually working more in MLMs than you are in every full-time job. Because it's around the clock and you are told not to rest. You are told you don't need sleep. You are told it is awesome to get a ding on your phone at 2 a.m, be able to wake up in the middle of the night and make a sale. That just means you're being crazy. You're a crazy hustler. Good for you. On vacation? Oh, well, you can still make sales and go to the team meetings. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. They're all the same. There's one more video I would like us to get through. But before we do that, let's read through the latest update from the back office. O News 4 is what they call it. From today. From today, they say. Fueled by purpose, driven by you. In hospice, you can make a sale exactly on your deathbed. That's okay. We'll bring over the paddles so that you can make a sale. Each day brings more good news and more proof that we're on the right path. I'm like, where? Where is the damn proof? Where's all this good news? I feel like it's all just you coming on and saying, don't worry, we're doing great things, I promise. Lots is going on behind the scenes. It's going to be soon, which is no different than what we've been doing here for the last 7 years. Your enthusiastic response to these O News updates has been uplifting because it's now up to you to uplift him. Congratulations. You're now his support animal. Good for you. It was 4 days and he screams, come on, with uber vitriol. That's right. All done by you and not for you. Exactly. Gone to the great MLM in the sky? You can make a sale and make sure you pay your sky daddy. I love this. Of course, it's an enthusiastic response because they did act like it was the most amazing news they've ever gotten in their entire lives. Knowing you're reading, watching, and cheering us on, which I had no clue that Ash Mufara had been diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder. Because he doesn't have a team, remember? He says it all the time. I don't have a team. It's just me here. There's no tech team. It's just me. But now he's saying us. There's more than just him. It reminds us, there's that us again, that we're not alone in this journey. Your excitement fuels ours. So we're just going to be in plural for the whole thing, I guess. Let this be clear. Again, clear as mud. Our drive and determination to achieve our mission is unwavering. We are committed to achieving a grand, audacious dream? Audacious. Audacious. Okay. I guess. Usually that can mean showing an impudent lack of respect, but it also means willingness to take surprisingly bold risks. So I'll assume that you mean the first definition. Every day our focus sharpens, our vision clears, our resolve grows stronger. Our resolve? We see a bold, beautiful future. And they put it in bold. You see what they did there? And we're moving steadily toward it. We're not standing still. For weeks I've been like, this thing is in a standstill. No, every time I read, we are not standing still. Like that was for me. We are not standing still. We're not going back. And see, I told you he's a lolcow. He responds to me in his own news. We are not standing still. We're not going back. And we're certainly not giving up. And that part's in red. So you know they mean business. Bold and in red. We are gaining momentum. And soon, you'll see just how far that momentum can carry us. I think we're in a car now. Stay tuned to O News. The road ahead is open. Yep, we're in a vehicle. We're in a car. And we're just getting started. And as you can see, I put a dead end sign right there. Thought it was fitting. You know? The bold and the beautiful. How original, right? Right? Like sand through the hourglass. Oh no, that's Days of Our Lives. I don't remember. What was the bold and the beautiful one? I'll have to think on that one for a minute. Lord, I haven't watched that one in forever. I just like to rewatch Passions because that one makes me die of laughter every time. But that was their latest update in the back office. It was from today. So yeah, they're all very, very excited about this. You know, Chris went live on his channel because, you know, he went on a break. So he's going live on his channel every time that they've been posting up one of these back office messages to show us how much of a break he's taking. Again, like loghouse do. Ha-ha! See? So, yeah, it's been quite interesting. But I did say that I would show you the back office again, because I guess some of you maybe don't really know what's going on back there. So this is the back office right here. This is the Onpassive ecosystem, or I guess known as O News now. So they do all of their messages right here. You just click that and they all come up. They leave all of the old ones on there. We can go all the way back to the winning one that almost broke the internet, at least Onpassive's internet. But as you can see, it says my wallet, right? So technically there's the my wallet, wallet, whatever you call it. And as you can see, I have 10 coin. That's spelt with a K, Tanya, not a C. So the 10 coin. And that's where, the coin goes. And then this would be where my revenue. We all have 0 coin in revenue. And there used to be a spot where you could upload. There it is. So if I go to the actual wallet area on the sidebar, it opens up the funding wallet, the revenue wallet, credit, and then your payout. And in your funding wallet, you allegedly were supposed to be able to upload actual money. See, this is where it says 1 coin, 1 USD over here on the right. But that's the only thing that says that. All right? The Mint would not agree with you at all. At all. That was Rue. Rue got you the membership, Chef. Congratulations. So that's what it looks like. And then you were supposed to be able to upload your own USD to the funding wallet. But again, as soon as this kind of came into effect is when the merchant issues began happening. So I don't think many people were able to upload any funds. And if it was, then again, it would be of the Chris and the Martys, that caliber of people that would have done it. Your typical founder would not have uploaded a cent to it. I think many of them were just hoping to be able to get the Connect with the coins in their back office. And then they were hoping to make money on it, right? Not have to pay out, right? So unfortunately, it never really popped off. Well, I guess fortunately for us, unfortunately for those who wanted this scam to be successful. Hello, 3M Farm. It was Rue that got you the membership. Came in to say thank you. Thank you for the gifted membership. So before we kind of wrap this up, I do want to react to one more Bill Must John White production, which is called The New Direction Company Unleashing Total Freedom. I love it. I love it.
This scenario.
Okay. This is a horrifying image to me. This was also the thumbnail. And I was like, oh my God, what is going on? Why is face off happening? Freaks me out. But yeah, I'll just be here giggling the whole time this is playing.
Visualize this scenario. News cameras pan over a dynamic modern office filled with people from diverse backgrounds, collaborating, brainstorming, and celebrating each other's successes. The atmosphere is electric, buzzing with creativity and ambition. Mr. Ash Mufara is beaming with unbridled excitement. This is a culmination of hard work and an insatiable desire to pay forward everything that I have dreamed about, prayed about. Our New Direction Company welcomes the world to a company without borders, barriers fade away, and possibilities are unlimited. Ladies and gentlemen, you are entering total freedom, entrepreneurship on steroids. The income generated by this company is endless. We have a company that will create its own niches.
Endless.
When you have the ability and
it's endless. I love it. I love it. And like, oh, now it's again multiple streams of income. It's like they didn't get the memo that Onpassive is in a standstill.
desire to create multiple streams of income without placing no limits to those participating boggles our minds. When you have fresh digital products and solutions that can't be duplicated.
Something so funny about hearing an AI be like, it boggles our minds.
You have the New Direction Company. In a world
You have the New Direction Company. So instead of saying Onpassive now, they're calling it the New Direction Company, which does that not just sound like a scam? Like if someone called you, all right, up on the phone, your friend calls you up one night, right? And they're like, I really want you to get in on this thing with me. So you're like, okay, well, what is it? And they were like, well, we're just waiting for it to launch, but it's New Direction Company. I would hope that your response would be like, sweetheart, that sounds like a scam. You know, just the name, you know, like come across a lot of scams like that where I'm like, well, it's telling us it's a scam in the name. Feel like this is one of those. Yeah, duplicated. Sounds good, but what does this have to do with Onpassive? More like No Direction Company. Boom, boom.
world where the traditional definitions of success and entrepreneurship are rapidly changing, our founder, Mr. Ash Mufareh, dares to dream bigger. He envisions a company without borders or boundaries, a company where you don't need passports or police clearances to reach your dreams.
That sounds a little suspicious, doesn't it? Just a little bit. Like, what do you mean you don't need passports or police clearances? What you trying to run here, sir?
The New Direction Company is headed by the most charismatic and visionary designer of the
So visionary, you couldn't even say the name. Or come up with one, for all we know. The whole, like, on Fusion smart technologies thing is gone. And there is no name for this. Ash is just like, I don't know what we're going to call it. Just call it the New Direction Company for now. New Direction sounds like they didn't think all that long about it, right? It's like, not really planned well in the name. Now, when the name's not well planned, is the rest of it going to be? The name's one of the most important parts. Bigger than zero. Police clearance is random. I was like, well, you know, I wasn't really going to think that this was going to be illegal until you mentioned that you didn't want to pass police clearances. Now I'm like, what the hell are you doing? A world where there is no government regulations about not scamming people. Exactly. Exactly. New Direction sounds like a boy band. Pretty sure it was a boy band. I know they had One Direction, but I heard that there was also another one called New Direction too. Well, I can't join then.
ages, and all founders and affiliates in his New Direction Company are excited beyond measure. Mr. Ash Mufareh says, imagine a world where anyone...
Look at, they stole you, Mr. Level. Did you see that? Did you see that, Mr. Level?
Company are excited beyond measure. Mr. Ash Mufareh says,
well, they're calling you out. Says next level.
Says, imagine a world where anyone, regardless of their background, can tap into their potential. A world where the only limits are those we impose on ourselves. This is what the New Direction Company represents.
Oh yeah, sue them. Sue them. They stole your brand. Bill Musk puts in hard work to crank these videos out. You know what? He doesn't, though. These videos are those videos. And this is what bothers me about Marty, too. Because Marty, it is Marty, in my opinion. But anyway. The app for this kind of thing, there's a few of them out there. I'm not 100% sure exactly which one they're using. They probably cycle through all of them because it appears that they use the free subscription because as I've said, I've dabbled a little bit in trying to learn about the AI stuff and in using this AI stuff for my own shit. So like I said, if I need a voice to sound like a robot, a couple times I have gotten an AI voice to read it for me. Usually though, I just use my browser as I can like ask it to read the screen out for me, and I can pick like different voices. So I don't think it's the same sort of thing as like going and getting an AI voice app to do it. It's a little bit different. But with these video ones, because I'm looking into a couple of the scams that do these too, it's basically like you go to their app, you say, I want to make a video about this, and then they'll say, okay, well, what kind of imagery do you want in the video? So then you'll say, you know, I want it's a video about business. I want some videos of some people in an office and a lot of skyscrapers and that kind of thing. And then it will be like, okay, now send me the script. And you just paste the script in there. And then it basically pumps out the whole video for you. Now, the only issue is that if you're using the free version, you can only usually get up to, I think the longest one is like 2 minutes of reading. So that's why a lot of these switch voices halfway through, because they run out of the free trial with one voice, and then they either have to go to a new app to get the rest of the script read for them, or they have to choose another voice to read the last bit of the script. That's kind of what happens with them. And that's how Marty makes all these videos too. Some of them you can choose the videos and image stock footage, but it's basically all just stock stuff, which is what we see here, right? In like most of these promotional videos. And that's why. It's so simple. It takes like fucking 2 minutes. And I'm dead against it. I'm dead against it. I think that making videos should take some kind of skill in editing and putting your, writing your script, putting your thoughts onto a recording, etc. All that should take some skill, and it's going to be awful when YouTube is just all AI bots talking to you. And I'm hoping that they're supposed to be cracking down on that now. I'm hoping that they are, and that they can do it without it affecting the rest of us, especially those of us that react to these and go, this is awful. But yeah, it's like so simple. So simple. You know what's getting annoying? This background music that they play with every video. Always some beach music. Yeah. And that's the thing about the royalty-free music, right? It's going to be, pretty blah. It's going to sound like elevator music. And again, those apps, they just pick the song out for you too. Also, YouTube has like copyright-free music that you can use. And I'm pretty sure that I've heard a couple of those songs used in them before. And that would only take you 2 seconds to put like the video with the AI reading into an app and then just add the music to it. I mean, there's literal apps that add songs to videos in under like 2 seconds. But I'm pretty sure that that's why it changes like the sounding of the voice. It'll be like 2 different people reading the script. All of a sudden it starts off as a man, all of a sudden halfway through it's like a woman. You're like, wait a minute, what? Well, hold on. Now there's someone else talking to me. I think that's why. And that's why it's always so like stock imaging, Mind you, I can't say much about that because like I use Canva for a lot of my like stock footage. And I've had people be like, oh my God, you stole a slide from this creator. And I'm like, actually, we all just use Canva. It's like royalty-free stuff we can use. So there's like thousands of us using it. I'm sure many of us use the same pictures and videos and graphics for things. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe some people are against me doing that.
Freedom of movement, and endless income potential.
Endless income potential is a crazy statement to make. It always has been. Here it's especially crazy because there is no income potential. But even in an MLM that was like working and doing what it was supposed to as an MLM, to say endless income potential is a big promise.
Each founder now shares how he and she have endured while in this transformative journey. Founder 1. Before joining, I felt stuck.
Wait, now we're going to get fake tutorials. What's going on here?
Now I travel anywhere in the world, and I carry my new direction company everywhere. And from any place on this planet, I am able to support my family like I have never been able to do until Mr. Ashmafare's new direction company
Mr. Ashmafare's
came in my life. Thank you, Mr. Ashmafara.
Oh, he said it right there.
Founder 2 is tearfully grateful. She spoke.
What? Wait, why do we gotta make the bitch cry for? That's cruel. What the hell, man? What is that? That's so random to me. It's like, but what a weird thing to wish on somebody, in my opinion. It's so weird. And then this girl was crying when she was telling us about it. Like, what? Why? What are we doing? It's endless no potential. Aha! Touche! He felt stuck by the company isn't paying anyway, right? No, these are fake. This is, imagine if they were. This is what people would be saying. And apparently they'd be crying while they say it. I don't know why we had to write that into the plot, but it is their story, so. Before joining, I did get free first-class tickets for life. Now I'm never home, right? I don't know if that's good.
This isn't just about income, it's about opportunity.
Opportunity.
I've built a network with people I would have never met otherwise.
Julie.
Ash Mufara. Every step you take with us is a step towards breaking free from the mundane.
Okay, whoa, hold on. Just kind of randomly. Wait, we were listening to Julia's tutorial. Her testimonial, sorry. And we were listening to Julie's testimonial, and now he just randomly went, Ash Mufara. And then he started reading this slide. I don't know. So wait, is Ash Mufara is now saying this, is what you're saying. That just screwed with me. Screwed with me so bad.
Ash Mufara. Every step you take with us is a step towards breaking free from the mundane. Together, we are scratching the surface of a model that promotes genuine connectivity, collaboration, and transformation.
Scratching the surface.
With the new direction company, your potential isn't just a dream, it's a reachable reality.
Ew, I hate that. That's an awful motto. I like in it to win it better. Welcome to New Direction Company. Your potential isn't just a dream. It's a reachable reality. Yeah, no, I don't like it.
Here, you can forge your path while being part of a supportive global community.
Yeah, because you can't do that anywhere else.
This can be you, a founder.
Wait, what? Hold on. Who am I going to be? That's so quick. I didn't even have time to focus on what it was showing me. We were on to the next thing.
Supportive global community. This can be.
This can be me? But I don't want to be in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I like being my size. I don't want to fit in the palm of someone's hand. I don't want to be reincarnated as a mouse. What are you talking about? This could be you? This isn't really goals, my dude. Like, what is happening? What is this thing? What is going on here? It's almost like this could be you. See, you're our target. Because that's what I see. I see the Target logo. This could be you. You might have to work at the U.S. Target store because this thing's not going to make you money. Woohoo! Like, what is this? This is the worst thing I've ever seen. I feel like this finger is trying to squash us. You know, like, what is this? What a waste of light reggae background music. Tiny people don't need huge income. I guess it would save me. Would save me a lot of money on room and board and food. So I guess there could be plus up. Maybe I do want to be in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
You. A founder sits at her desk, focused, as she manages her online business. The camera zooms in on her computer screen, showing income graphs and the words, "You're in control." Mr. Ashmafara says, "This is just the beginning of the true essence of my vision of an empowerment that transcends borders."
This is just the beginning of the true essence of my vision of an empowerment that transcends borders. Give me sentences that fit in the most MLM buzzwords, please, Alex.
We have the power to change lives, not just ours, but the lives of countless others around the world. Together, we are unstoppable. Let's break the chains of limitation and redefine what freedom truly means.
How long is this freaking journey going to be? Probably another 7 years, honestly. Ash might be an absolute point, meaning there has to be an Ash that scams. He can't be anything else, or he destroys the universe. Maybe. Maybe we need a Power Ranger to come and take him out. I don't know.
Experience total freedom and the potential for endless income.
Again, and just think of what endless income really means, though, right? It's like, and they also like to say endless income streams, which to me just means a hell of a lot more work trying to make your money. But, you know, I guess they always get really excited about that. But just really think about it. It's like, I don't think that should be, like, to me, saying endless income is very similar to time freedom. Like, that should be an illegal income claim in itself. Even though it doesn't mention, like, a number, it's implying that you are just going to be making endless amounts of money with this. And it's like, I don't like it. The Power Rangers can't stop him. Well, not the way they are right now.
Embrace the new direction where your journey begins and possibilities are infinite.
Is that going to be the logo? Embrace the new direction where your journey begins and possibilities are limited? I don't know. Embrace the new direction company.
John White and Bill Must. The new direction.
Sounds very, very scary when they end their videos like that for some reason. John White and Bill Must. The new direction. I don't remember them being like John White and Bill Must. They used to be like, please like and subscribe, blah, blah, blah. I like that better. I think. More personable. I can't imagine Ash paying out millions of dollars to anyone, right? Oh gosh, I was counting on the Power Rangers. Me too. I don't know what we're going to do now. So, of course, there's a song. Joe, Diaper Robot Babies. That's right. We have to listen to it, of course.
Cameras pan across the floor where dreams are born and borders fade from every
Can I just say it cracks me up the most when the songs are like, you know, a little slower. But the dancing diaper babies, they never change speed. So the song will be like, la 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 la. And then like you got the robot in the diaper like twerking, you know, like she's listening to wet ass pussy. You know, it's like, it's just a lot sometimes. Just a lot.
nation, voice and face. We're building something brave.
No, what were you doing? Buying all these memberships. And then you're not even a member. Thank you for becoming a member, Rue. Rue probably thought they were a member. Sometimes they run out. And I don't know. YouTube's supposed to like send you an email, but a lot of people don't get them. But welcome, welcome. You definitely deserve to be here. And everyone, this is who got you your memberships. We did have Chef come in and say thank you because he got a membership. Hold on, I'm going to see if I can find it quickly since I know you're here. It was a little, oh yes, here it is. So Chef came in, Rue, by the way, and said thanks for the gifted, whomever gave them, because Chef wasn't here when it happened. Same with 3M Farm came in and said thanks for the gift membership. Wanted to make sure you saw those WAP. Yeah. No, it makes me laugh, like, because this one's a little bit slower, and then they're like twerking, and it's like to fast music. I'm like, what song they dance to do? Because it ain't this one.
Founder sits with fire in her eyes, income rising, hope in the sky. She used to feel stuck, now she's free, thanks to a man named Destiny.
And Ash heard that and went, wasn't Destiny, it was me!
Ash fell walks with pride, a visionary leader with fire inside. He dreamed it loud, he prayed it true. Now we're living what he knew.
New direction, freedom without borders. No ceilings high, just open doors. Entrepreneurship on steroids, income streams like
Oh, it's got a little country to it, huh?
ocean tides. You can create, you can control. Your future's here, step into the role. New direction, possibilities are infinite. This is where your life
For
is
this
found.
dream I couldn't see, now I travel, live so freely. From any place on planet Earth.
It
I
is.
built my
It is a YouTube guy, and not one you want anything to do with. The robots don't have rhythm, not to this song. It's just, get your hat. We need to get Chris in his cowboy hat. That's what we needed. Miley Cyrus, no. More like Billy Ray Cyrus, no. You know, maybe if he wasn't a thing, then, you know.
business, watch it surge.
Achy breaking heart, can't take it.
Tears in her eyes, she shares her truth. This isn't just about income growth. It's about people, purpose.
Also, this might be the New Direction band you guys keep talking about, because there appears to be many different singers in this song.
Too. The world feels smaller, love feels true. Ash says break free from the mundane. Together we'll scratch the surface again. Digital dreams that can't be copied. This model was divinely gifted. Imagine a world without limits, where potential breaks the chain. No passports needed, no boundaries, just purpose, passion, and pain turned.
Ash is like, imagine a world with pure anarchy, where we can scam everyone. It will be great.
Into game. This is the new way, this is the new game. New direction, freedom without borders. No ceilings high, just open doors. Entrepreneurship on steroids, income streams like ocean tides. You can create, you can control your future.
Okay, wait. Why is there a completely different tune now? I feel like it, seriously, now it's a new song.
Here, step into the role, new direction. Possibilities are infinite. This is where your life gets
You're in
lit.
control, it shows on your screen. Graphs go up, your soul serene. With every click, a life transformed. That's the power when dreams are formed.
Ash says this is just the start of a movement from the heart. Change your life,
was that? Like, we just heard a cat die. Passports is mentioned, but not police permission. They left that one out. Uh-oh. Telefonera policia!
Freedom without borders, no ceilings high, just open doors, entrepreneurship.
No ceilings, just open doors. Interesting, right? The lyrics are awesome.
On steroids, income streams, like
And then we bring up steroids. I like that. You know, it's great. Little bop.
ocean tides. You can create.
This is randomly like an ocean tide. I don't know what that has to do with anything. Right? It's so random.
You can control your futures here. Step into the role, new direction. Possibilities are infinite.
We all need our passports, so the rest of them can escape to Egypt.
This is where your life gets different. Imagine a world without borders.
What is this?
Possibilities different.
All right. They use that, what's it called? Suno? The Suno app. I've used it before to do a few AI songs. You know, like I can't always record a parody song in a few days. But it's just so funny because they don't watch through their videos. Like they really do just do the AI prompt. It spits out the video and then they just upload it. And that's that. Because what happens is oftentimes if you get the video version on Suno, it will make you 2 songs usually. Sometimes more. I think you can pick more than 2. But you get at least 2 songs. But it will be the same lyrics. So the lyrics for these songs will be the exact same, but they will be a completely different tune. One's usually sung by like a woman. The other one's usually sung by a man. At least in my case, it seems to go like that. Whenever I do it, it'll give me like a song sung by each gender. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm like, okay, cool. And if you ask for the video version, right, it spits out a video that will give you both of the songs, one after the other. You know what I'm saying? And most of us, we pick a song that we like. I love making Suno songs. It's great fun. You're just kind of fucking around and whatnot. I don't particularly like using AI for content. It can be funny to do sometimes, but I'm trying to do it as least as I can. And always have been. Never been a fan. But the thing is that you can tell that Bill Musk, John White, Marty Garland, whoever it is, they definitely just take the video right off Suno. They download the version of the video where you get both songs, right? And then, like I said, they just upload it. The rest of us usually pick a version we like the best, and then we'll just upload that one version. I believe you can download just the one song in a video form, but you should still kind of like watch through the video and like make sure that it's what you want to post and like it's a decent video. And if they did that, maybe then they would realize that it's every time that they upload one of these videos, it's actually 2 songs that they're uploading, but with the exact same lyrics. And like, I don't know, it's just kind of stupid, isn't it? Maybe KYC is for wimps. No telling about this company. Or KYC, goodness. So now we're going to hear like another song, but it's really the same song in a different tune.
कैमरे घूमते हैं ऑफिस के ऊपर ख्वाब जागते हैं सीमाएं मिट जाती हैं हर रंग हर भाषा एक साथ में
translation.
अद्भुत
एक फाउंडर बैठी है आंखों में आग इनकम बढ़ रही उम्मीद लहराए वो पहले खोई थी अब आजाद है अस्म फारे की वजह से सफलता आई है
अस्म फारे चलते हैं गर्व से नजर में भी जन्नत दिल में आग उन्होंने सपना देखा मांगा भी और अब हम सबके लिए लाए आए सच नई दिशा सीमाओं से आजाद ऊपर कोई छत नीचे बस सड़क उद्यमिता की नई ताकत आए के धारा आए तुम बना सकते तुम कंट्रोल कर सकते
I'm not a big fan of letting AI do translations. I'm not a big fan of any kind of translation that isn't a person translating for you. And the reason for that is because it gets it wrong a lot. Like even the Google Translate will get stuff wrong. Because I've asked it to like translate something in French for me, and then I know enough French where I'm like, that's not how you say that. You got this part wrong. Well, what are they saying? So like my whole thing is if you don't speak that language at all, and then you're asking an AI to translate something for you, you can't be sure that it's actually being translated into that language in a respectful way. The issue with that is that there are some languages where, for example, the tone that you say a certain word completely changes the meaning. There are some languages, there's quite a few languages, I should be saying, where you just change like the inflection on one letter, right? And it's like a whole new word, has a whole new meaning. It could be an insult now. There's just a lot that goes into translating into several languages that they use, okay? That worry me, where I'm like, we don't know if this is correct. And I had this same worry when Ash was all like, oh, we're going to make it so Connect does translation in real time, blah, blah, blah. It's all very similar worries where it's like, we don't know if it's honoring the way that language is supposed to be spoken. We don't know if it's saying it correctly. We don't know if it's a proper translation. And since you don't speak the language, again, there'd be no way for you to double check it, even if you did watch the video before you uploaded it to your channel. And that's why that kind of thing just really, really creeps me the hell out. And I would much rather send it to somebody that speaks that language and say, can you please translate this for me and send it back, even if it takes you a while, than, ask an AI to translate something for me. It freaks me out. Ain't today KFC Tuesdays $8 meals? Jeez, they used to be a $5 meal. Used to be $2 Tuesday, by the way. Or in Syria, foodie going to KFG. Is that what it's called it? I guess AI Francine was not available. Maybe not. And like again, singing is a difficult thing to do in another language because same thing. Where the tone that you're using can completely change the meaning of a word, and then singing it, especially with an AI bot, I feel like you're just asking for bad translations or for things to be like taken out of context. It's fun. I think I like this version better. Sounds more upbeat than the first one. Woo! Alright, sorry. That I think we were done with that. It just continues on, and then at the very end he does that thing again where he's like, John White, Bill Buzz, New Direction Company, which I absolutely hate. I really do need them to not do that anymore. It's horrifying. Horrifying, I tell you. So, all right, before we wrap this up, there's just one more quick little thing I want to go through with you guys here. And that is a little bit of drama. Just a little bit. Not as much as what Tanya brought us, but, enough. Once again, on Facebook, in the Onpassive Team Royal group, there was somebody that had posted, all of you, please find out the person who claimed that something big will happen on 24th June. And I was like, interesting. I wonder who said something would happen on the 24th of June. So I even went looking to see if I could find anything, and I couldn't really find anything. But what was found was quite interesting. But then what made me laugh too is Jet Chen Fong here is like, yes, find him out. Like we're doing a full witch hunt for this person now. You know, like whoever said something big will happen on the 24th of June, find them out. Find them out. And I found this. Now, this wasn't the 24th of June that they said that something would happen, but I think it's close enough. And I think this might be related to them trying to figure out, who was pruned out of the company, as Susie would say. As you can see on Passive Update, which is like a channel on YouTube. I believe they also have a Facebook group. But anyway, obviously an O founder. And they posted up this morning's update from Chris Sir was that founders are about to receive 7-digit commissions. All right. Now that was posted on the 29th of June. So that isn't far from the 24th. It was the only thing that I could really find of anyone around that date that was claiming anything about anything. But what I want to point out is that although this person on Passive Update is who they're yelling at and all upset at, right? Who they're doing their witch hunt for, they're repeating what Chris Sir, who is Chris Johnson, allegedly said on that live stream from that morning. They aren't claiming themselves that you're going to receive 7-digit commissions. They're telling us where they got the information from. So in a situation like this, it should be Chris Johnson that then gets in trouble, not these people. Or at least you should look into it. Go rewatch the live stream from that day and see what Chris said. But in this situation, instead of them getting mad at Chris, they're going to end up getting mad at Onpassive Update. And that's what frustrates me about this thing when they come out with these rules and they're all like, we got to enforce these rules now out here. I'm like, yeah, okay, well, everyone will have to follow them except for you guys. You'll be allowed to do whatever the hell you want. You can make whatever claims you want. Marty DeGarmo can make an illegal income claim every single day for several months. And does he get told to stop spreading misinformation? No. Ash tells him and Chris to go and yell at everybody else about spreading misinformation instead. So I just kind of had to bring that up because it pissed me off. And if I find out that this other person was removed because they were repeating what Chris Johnson said, but Chris Johnson's allowed to stay, he just had to go on a little break. Maybe he isn't doing anything with Marty anymore because Marty got sick of his prayers, but he's still in Onpassive. Like, I'm going to be kind of upset. I might have to deep dive the video with Chris and show you what he said. I'm not going to do it right now because we've already been here for 2.5 hours and I'm trying to wrap this up. But just this was enough for me to be kind of like, well, who was the person who claimed something big will happen around that date? Apparently it was Chris Johnson. So we found him. Jet Chen Fong. We found him out. You're welcome. Also, the latest news is that they're very excited over this. Over this comment that was left under Red's video. We're going to be probably checking in with Red and Susie again on Friday. Like I said, I'm hoping to do a Friday with you guys. So stay tuned for that. But this was a comment that was left, and it's left by Ash Mufara. And the thing is I don't have any proof that this actually is Ash Mufara. The account that I knew was his wasn't this one. So I'm a little bit confused, but they're all sharing this around, all very excited about the fact that Ash left this comment that says superb. Because that sounds like Ash. I've never heard him use that word one time. I love how Red has a way of simplifying the simple. All my respect to him and those who do their homework and take their work seriously. Now, if this was Ash, why is it their work? Why is it those who do their homework and take their work? What, wouldn't it be our work? Because Ash has been trying to speak of everyone like a collective now. You know what I mean? So I was like so confused when I saw this. Jelly says, yeah, I thought it was Mr. Ash Mufara. It is. It's not, oh, Ash Mufara. And that's not the picture either. And so I went and I looked at the account. I was like, this isn't the account that we had confirmed was Ash's. Like a couple of years ago, we had confirmed that the one was his. And yeah, that was Mr. Ash Mufara, and it's the old picture that he used to always use. The one of him in the plaid shirt there that we used to post all over the place to the point where you guys probably don't ever want to see it again. That one, because there was a time where that was like the only real picture we had of Ash, unless we got our own from a live stream, you know? That's the account we know is his. So it's just very, very interesting that they all, but it just goes to show you, like they don't even need confirmation. And so again, here's some more misinformation being spread. But this is Ash that's writing underneath Red's video, and then everyone passes it around and they go, oh my god, look at guys. Look at it. Ash commented. They got like arrow pointing at it, all excited. Look, Ash came in here. And it's like, you have to understand how the internet works. They don't understand trolls. They don't understand that people even lie on the internet. Unfortunately, we are dealing with a group of people that seem to be very, very naive when it comes to the internet. So we've been handling them with care. But that doesn't mean that the rest of the internet's going to. I mean, our trolls have been very, very vanilla. Right? So, I mean, I do worry if this thing ever did launch and go global, as Marty would say, they wouldn't know how to handle it. Like, they would have trolls all over them, and they would be falling for every single troll op that came their way. People would be scamming thousands of dollars off of them. And it just goes to show, like, obviously these people don't care about them because they don't even try to protect them from these things or explain to them how the internet works. And be like, listen, guys, that isn't Ash Mufara. There will be people that will create fake Ash Mufara accounts, even in Onpassive, just because they want to try to use his name to give them some leverage. But there'll also be some trolls out there. So if you see them all talking about a comment that Ash left, this is the one. So I just wanted to show that to you guys too, because I felt like it was important because, you know, there's been some buzzing about it. And that's all I got for you guys today. I didn't want to do a Friday, so I'm saving some things for then. So if you have anything on your mind right now and you're like, oh, but Queen, what about this? Feel free to send it to me over the next few days. And if I don't already have a plan to put it in Friday's show, I will put it in Friday's show. I will do my best anyway. I'm usually pretty good at that, though. So hit me up. You can find me on social media. At the end of this live stream, I'll be posting once again on my community tab for members to come and join the Discord. So you can also get a hold of me in there if you're a member, especially one of the new members. Thank you to Rue. Say thank you, Rue. And yeah, I guess, like I said, the ship is sinking, but it's taking a very long time. And I'm having fun, though. I can't lie. I think that a lot of this is hilarious. And I kind of like it's in a standstill. That means that no new friggin' people are getting scammed by this thing. You know? So, unfortunately, you know, that's all we can do. That's all we can do. is hold them accountable, poke fun at them, talk about it, and be grateful that there aren't new people that are coming in to recruit. You know, like that. I just keep on doing that. You know, I feel like in that sense, I do feel a little bit better about poking fun at this one, because at least I know that there aren't a whole bunch of like new victims coming in. It's, if anything, we have less people now than we did when I first started to cover it, because I assure you that people have been dropping off, and then they try to make it seem like, oh, well, we get rid of people because we're too good for them, but we all know the truth. So thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today. That was great, great fun. Hold on, we're not ready for you yet. Hold on a second. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments to my replay crew that will be watching this if you do make it to the end. And tomorrow in the early evening, I'm going to be premiering a very, very fun video. And you are going to get to witness another jelly snack attack. So you won't want to miss that. It's going to be a premiere on my channel. I will share it after I am done here sometime by the end of the night. So I hope that all of you guys have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your day, and I'll see you all tomorrow for that. Thank you so much to Rue again for buying all of those memberships and for joining yourselves. To everybody that got a membership, make sure that you say thank you to Rue. It was Rue that got it for you. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Alrighty? Thanks again, everyone. I love all your faces. Bye.
My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's a call. Hey.
And I'm your friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend.
I miss you guys when I'm gone for a while.
My name is Ash Mufara. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or spying, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was 3-minute Ash. And another Queen of Karma person. Asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again. I've been answering them all more than one. It's not the answer you want, but yeah. Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
We love
This
this
is a
song.
great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to Crazy Man talking about their experiences.
My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
And I'm your friend. and I'm your friend. My name's Ashton Potter.
Stop going there. Yeah, Queen of Karma's down there.
My name's Ashton Potter, and I'm your friend. Let's go to Kaya.